Oh, let's see. What's first on this list? Intro. That's right. I need to do the intro, don't I? Hi, everybody. I'm Turbo J. If you're watching this video, you probably got DM'd to you by link or by just it being there. Um, let's see. Explain purpose. Ooh, that's right. Well, the purpose of this video is to give some insight to the chairman and the other HRs about what is going through my head and possibly what is going through other HRs' heads. Um, just a disclaimer, I understand if you have real lives because I have a real life myself. I understand that. I'm just saying that this group is going to die. So, anyway. So, I joined this group when it was in its prime. I love it. I love the group. Time can tell you that I was watching trainings as a guest. I would just sit there and watch them for like 3 days. I would just watch trainings. It's like, what? Why didn't I just join the group in the first place? And then as a trainee, I wasn't even able to rank up for about a month because the GUI didn't work and I wasn't able to give items. Time Bomb can also attest to that. They finally fixed it, and now I'm able to give items, and I was able to become an HR. HR was one of my dreams once I joined Roko. It's not my life dream, but like my group dream, my goal. And now that I'm finally in HR, everything's gone pooey. Like, pooey. Bye bye. Everything was great before. Great group. I loved it. And now it's not going so great. The group was in its prime before. It was so fun. But hopefully together we'll be able to fix this. Alright. Digress. Didn't I just digress? Why do I have to do it again? I'm not digressing a second time. Alright, explain that the group is dying. Ugh. Well, the group isn't really dying, it's just in cardiac arrest. Cardiac arrest. Do you know what cardiac arrest means? If you don't know what it means, I'll explain it to you. Cardiac arrest is when your heart stops pumping, when it starts beating. If you know anything about how the heart works, you will probably realize that that's probably not a good thing. Thing about that is you can be resuscitated from cardiac arrest in most cases. In some cases, using a defibrillator. A defibrillator puts electricity through the heart and jumpstarts it. Basically, the chairman is the heart of a group, of this group, and right now we need a defibrillator. Not to use on the chairman, of course, but to use on the group itself. We need to get this thing jump-started if we're going to save it. I mean, hopefully we'll be able to save it. Hey, no, never mind. I'm not going to say it. Alright, next. Fixed management problem. Big problem right there. CJ is the highest ranking person when both chairmen are offline. And CJ, when he's online as well, is a good vice chairman. Only problem is he can't necessarily make certain decisions, which makes sense. But the thing is, both chairmen are almost never online. I mean, technically they're online, but they never say anything. So what we need the chairman to either be able to answer some of our questions, some of our problems, or CJ or some other person needs to be designated to be able to make some decisions while the chairman is not here. While both chairmen are not here, because there are some decisions that need to be made. Plus, CJ or some HR needs to be given dev permissions, as I'll be saying in a minute. So we need to be able to fix some of this. Next, fix cafe admin system. You know that little thing where you type :fly and you can fly around the cafe? What needs to happen is we need to fix that, because right now, for some reason, that admin system has been removed from every Roblox game that it was in previously. That's not good. So right now we have no admin system, and we're not able to run commands. We're not able to do message. We're not able to do :M and then a thing. We can't even do kick. We can't do anything. The system is literally gone from Roko's. I don't know if the item itself is still there, but the ability to use commands is no longer there. So that needs to be fixed, because there's nothing there. It doesn't even say we can't use commands. It's just not there. So we need to get that fixed. And if you give CJ dev permissions, I'm hoping that he'll be able to fix it. Or if you guys could fix it, that would be great too. Or, yeah. Next. Attend to HR disrespect. Big problem there. Oh my gosh. Why? Why? There we go. Okay. All fixed. Sorry about that. Technical error. Beep. Anyway, so attend to HR disrespect. There are several members on the server, and I'm sure I refer to them personally as the trolls because that's what they do. They troll a lot, and they really don't respect HRs much unless the HRs are very splotchy sometimes. I mean, that's not entirely true, but a lot of times that's how it seems. No disrespect to anybody, obviously, but they only respect certain HRs, and everybody else they completely try to get demoted and stuff. One person in particular was previously banned, and that person, I don't like saying this about anybody, but this person may need to be banned against, depending on how they are acting. They need to be warned, saying, if you continue this behavior, you're going to get banned. Even if they're not necessarily breaking any rules at that moment, but they're continually breaking rules, like one rule every day. It's like you need to stop, or you need to leave, or we'll make you leave. So that's one big problem that I am asking for help with, because I really don't want to ban them myself, because that's probably not something I'm supposed to do. And I'm not sure CJ has the authority. So I don't know. Nobody really knows what the extent of CJ's authority is. I'm not sure even he does. So anyway, next. Change warning reset. This goes hand in hand with the other one. One way we could fix them, not breaking one rule every day or two rules every day, is changing the warning reset to either a week or a month or some longer period of time than one day. Because they constantly break like one rule a day. And it's like one or two rules a day. And it's like, come on. They're able to get away with that without getting muted. So the warnings need to get changed to, say, a week. So every week, say on Sunday, all the warnings reset instead of every single day, because this is getting pathetic. I mean, they're constantly breaking rules, and we're constantly giving warnings, and nobody's getting muted. So this needs to get fixed. So if you could attend to this would be great. Next, add Discord bots. This is more of a request from my perspective. I'm sure once you understand how it works, you'll hopefully like it, and any other HRs will probably like it too. But I'm going to explain it. There's one specific bot called Dino. It has a bunch of different kinds of features that could be super, super useful. One of those features being it is able to auto-mod, meaning you can give it a set group of words that you can add to over time. And if somebody says that word, it will automatically mute them. Or not automatically mute, it'll give them 3 warnings. If they do it 3 times, warning 1, warning 2, warning 3, and then it will mute them for an allotted amount of time. The default is 10, but you can also bring it to 60 minutes and so on. So that is good. One of the other things it can do is it can be a welcome bot, but that's completely toggleable. Toggleable. Never mind, it's just sounding weirder and weirder every time I say it. You can choose what things it uses. There are a bunch of other settings, but the biggest other setting that I would want to use, and the big reason why I would want to add it to the cafe, is it can act as a makeshift audit log. Basically, what it can do is it can track when somebody joins or leaves a voice chat, when somebody deletes a message, what the message was, when somebody edits a message, when somebody makes a role, when somebody deletes a role, when somebody gives a role to somebody, when somebody takes a role away from somebody, when somebody edits a role, even. And it can do a lot of things, but that's the biggest one right there. We can make a separate chat called logs, and that would allow us to be able to see when somebody deletes a message and what the message says. So no more trolls saying, oh, I didn't say that, look at it, it's not there, I deleted it, or maybe the HR deleted it, and then they get falsely blamed for the other person not saying anything and giving a false warning. We can see it in that chat, in logs. So that is something that I would really like to add, because that would get rid of a lot of false claims from the trolls themselves. We could set it in a private chat where only HRs can see it. That way there's no trolling on that perspective. So that is really big that's something that's really big, really important for me. I can set it up if you want me to. I have set it up on separate servers. I am able to set it up. I can get it done in about 10-15 minutes to a half hour. It's significantly easy, and I can set it up if you want me to. Please let me know, and that is a question. Please allow me to set it up, because I asked CJ about that, and he said I had to ask somebody else. So, yeah, so I'm asking, please. Anyway, next, add color to the Discord server. At other cafes and other Discord servers in general, sometimes what they do is instead of having the name of a channel only being text, instead of it just saying general, it's like that's kind of boring. So you could add like a little emoji in front. And what that does is it looks kind of cool. It looks kind of nice. It's a little better than just being the normal, just general. Or we could put little locks around rules, or little rainbows around rules, or the music voice channel could be it could have some little music notes around it, or we could just add different things like that. I would like to add that. That's another question. I don't mind adding it if you want me to, because I'm on mobile, so I have every emoji already built into my device, so I can do that extremely easily. If you'd like me to do that, I can, or if you would like to do it, that would be fine. But please consider this, because that can also boost morale. Everybody's gonna be like, "Oh, I like Roko's. It has lots of color." Anyway, what's the next thing? Oh, I'm out. I'm out of things to say. I'm out of things to talk about. Do I go back to digress? No, I'm not going to digress again. Anyway, so I'm going to end the video here. Thanks for listening to my complaints. This is a uncut video. Uncut, unedited, so you're going to see how I end a video too. So, anyway, bye!